Real Americans hate The View. And that's why I cover them so much. It's you've been too good. My audience have been too good. And so I have to punish you. Oh, man. Where'd that come from? Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's go.
Donald Trump prefers to run on problems instead of fixing problems. He's not solution-oriented. And again, I will invite people, if you really need to know how he thinks, since he doesn't do these kinds of interviews.
Well, there's more gaslighting. She's going after Trump for not doing these kinds of interviews or not doing interviews. You mean like puffy softball interviews? Does Trump not do those? Kamala has been avoiding the sun. She's not tan anymore. They've kept her in a cave for so long. She's turning albino. And now she shows up for a puffy interview. Really, she's in a weekend. Sunday was blitz for her because they have to start addressing that she was being hidden. And so, but now the first thing she says is Trump avoids these kinds of hard-hitting interviews on The View? Really?
Watch his rallies. He spends full time engaged in grievance about what has happened to him.
Right.
Okay, let's go over what's happened to him. He's been shot twice, and there's a mugshot of him because you tried to make him into a felon.
He talks about his needs. And I think, again, back to the point, in this election, people are ready for a new generation of leadership that's about fixing problems.
Okay, why are they ready for a new generation of leadership when you're part of the leadership? This goes right over her head and all the View heads. Way up there. So they're ready for a new form of leadership. Then who? You're in leadership. You can't be the candidate of change and be an incumbent.
One of the questions that Kamala Harris was asked was about how she differentiates herself. Is there any daylight effectively between what she would do and what the Biden-Harris administration did? Let's watch part of the answer.
That's Dana Bash in a picnic tablecloth. But this is the part of the interview of The View that's going all over the internet right now. Everyone's been watching. I didn't want you to miss out for those of you who don't watch or can't have access to this. Here you go. This is Kamala Harris's campaign ending answer.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
I'm surprised, frankly, that she doesn't have more to say about this, given that she and her campaign know that this is one of the main questions that voters have about her.
That's CNN shocked that she didn't put a little distance between herself and the last 4 years. She could have said it, but she didn't. She nothing comes to mind. Here's Speaker Mike Johnson, laying her out. We told you. And now Kamala Harris has told you. She openly admits she would not have done anything different than Joe Biden. High prices for gas and groceries, open borders, high crime, endless wars. A Harris-Cam administration is just 4 more years of the same failed policies. She said it.
What do you think the effect of these lies are, and why is he doing this?
Well,
there's a softball question. She's talking about Trump. How would you like to get that question asked to you? I keep going over these softball questions because they treat Kamala Harris with kid gloves.
What do you think the effect of these lies are?
But who asked that question? What do you think the effects of these lies are? And why does he do it? That's just about as easy of a question. Basically, she's saying, and now I'm going to give you a question. Attack Trump in any way that you want. It's going to be so wide open. Why does he lie and why does he do it? It's a terrible interview. And even on The View, all The View people, they're already voting for Kamala. So this isn't going to break new ground. She will not go on a tough interview. If she wanted to get votes, she'd go on Fox. She should be interviewed on Fox, but she won't do it. So she'll never break into that ground of people that aren't voting for her. So all this interview stuff is not going to expand her base. She's only going on interviews where people are already voting for her, and it's a loser strategy, Kamala, but I don't want to help you. So please keep doing it. I'm Doug in Exile.